The views expressed on this show do not represent those of NTV or its staff.
Welcome to NTV People's Parliament, a platform that gives the ordinary Ugandan to demand accountability from leaders, as well as give ideas for national development. Agnes Nandutu, the Speaker of NTV People's Parliament, presides. Madam Speaker, agriculture being the backbone of the Ugandan economy and the main economic activity here in Ntungamo district, in which almost all households take part, I propose that we discuss this issue. Has the agricultural productivity in Ntungamo district been fully exploited?
Those in favor, aye. To the contrary, no? Aye. Ayes have it. You are welcome to NTV People's Parliament sitting here in Ntungamo district at the district headquarters. I am Agnes Nandutu, the Speaker of People's Parliament. You are welcome to this session of People's Parliament, honorable members. As you are aware, the residents of this district, the major economic activity here in Ntungamo district are crop farming, animal husbandry, milk production, trade and mining. Agriculture is therefore the major driving force for the transformation of society here in Ntungamo district. The district is also blessed with very fertile loam soils sustainable for growing various crops like coffee, maize, beans, peas, millet, and bananas. The question at hand for us to discuss is then, has the agricultural productivity of Ntungamo been fully exploited? Honorable members, let's get the ball rolling. Yes, the chairman of the district and the vice chairman, take up.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm Singahache, the district chairperson of Ntungamo. Once more, I want to welcome NTV in Ntungamo. And I also want to thank Honorable Naomi Kabashara for having liaised with the NTV to come to give us the services here. Agriculture in Ntungamo forms more than 80%. And it has 3 counties, 15 sub-counties, and 1,700 villages. Here, the average household land for productivity is 2.5 acres. We are dealing particularly in bananas, coffee, dairy production, including beef cattle, and fruits. And the district also selected these ones and confirmed them as the most economic enterprises to be boosted. But along with these enterprises, we have got, we grow tea, which has recently been introduced. We have got pineapples, which are zeroed in one of the sub-counties, particularly in Itojo and many other areas in the district. We have onions in large quantities produced in one of the sub-counties in Kayonza. Our bananas are going directly to Kampala, Southern Sudan, to Kenya, to Rwanda, and they are produced in big quantities, and they are very sweet, and they are very good. As a matter of fact, Ntungamo does not only send to the markets the bananas only, but even the cattle. The cattle you see in Kampala Longhorn, and those ones also there are from here. Even the milk, we have a very productive area like Ndafco and other milk factories which are sending the milk to different places. We are ranked the first in 2014 for a production of coffee in large quantities and good organization.
How have the people picked up? And how far have you gone?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have zoned the district in different enterprises according to climate and the cultural norms of the areas. So people are engaged as per the zoned and allocated enterprise. Like I've said, in Rushenyi, when you actually go to Ngoma, you'll find actually those people are cattle keepers. It was zoned for dairy and matoke. And that's what actually they grow in big numbers. Then when you go to Kayonza, you'll find they are growing onions and matoke. Then when you go to Rukoni, you'll find they are growing matoke, coffee, and dairy. Then when you go to Itojo, you'll find they are growing pineapples, matoke, and coffee. We have also introduced rice as a new crop, and which actually is coming up on board in large numbers in Rwichendo sub-county. And we are sensitizing farmers to take it on and increase such that actually it can grow in big numbers. Because this one is a cash crop at the same time as a food crop.
Let the people speak. Honorable members, you are the people engaged in agriculture. You have the podium.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Ahawe Dixon. I'm a student pursuing a bachelor degree in public health at Bishop Seward University. In Ntungamo, we have very many challenges as we're exploiting our agriculture. One, poor roads, most especially during rainy season, pests and diseases, lack of markets.
Are you giving the information to the House or to the current Speaker?
Madam Speaker, I'm giving point of order, not information.
Go ahead, please.
Madam Speaker, I thought the point at hand is that has Ntungamo exploited the potential in terms of agriculture?
Exactly, that is what the question. The question is at hand, Honorable Member, is have you exploited the productivity of this sector?
Yes. But we have some challenges as well.
Okay, thank you. Maybe, Honorable Member.
For many years, not seen at least the veterinary officer to come and give us advice on what to do. We only use our knowledge, our ordinary knowledge, to keep the cattle, to produce the milk we can on an individual level.
So go ahead with your points, please.
Again, we neighbor the sub-county of Kayonza, where people do grow onions at a large scale. It's very true. They have tried their level best to do what they can. And still the same thing, I don't think there is any efforts by what the central government or the local government, someone with information will give us the same, to encourage the people or how to keep on producing or produce more or diversify where necessary. Because their soils are getting weaker and weaker, so what they do, they just improvise. To me, I think it should be an initiative of the government to help its people and maybe bring them fertilizers, because I know fertilizers do support the soils whenever they are weak and the production is increased.
Yes, Honorable Member holding the floor.
Thank you very much, Speaker, once again.
You can take your
and honorable members in the House. I think according to the question, and basing on the statistics that have been given by the leaders, me personally can say to a greater extent, Ntungamo district has fully utilized the agricultural opportunities. Because I come from the sub-county of Ihunga, and when the government introduced the NADS, the very own people of Ihunga got involved, and very many other sub-counties. And even when the Youth Livelihood Project came in, we did not neglect it, we also took part. And when these other crops like coffee, bananas, and many others are being marketed by the relevant authorities, my people tend to go there and actually participate. We have not neglected any other government project that has come up, meaning that to a greater extent, we have fully utilized the opportunities. Thank you very much, Madam
Thank you,
Speaker.
Honorable Member, please.
Has the agricultural productivity in Ntungamo been fully utilized? Ntungamo is productive, yes, we see that. But has the agricultural productivity, the ability for Ntungamo to produce, has it been fully utilized?
Give us information.
No,
please.
it has not. In my own understanding, because one, we should be seeing people producing each and every now and again, but there are lots chunks of lands around. People are not using the land. People are not only depending or over-depending on government programs. That's why people sit in the villages and wait for NADs. That's why people sit in the villages and wait for things to come. So I think it's for us, the people, or as the young farmers in the making, to see what we can best do. Then we present our ideas to the government to push them up, not waiting for the government to give us their ideas. So by that, if we follow that, maybe the productiveness of Ntungamo as a district in the agriculture sector will be flourishing each and every now and again. But currently, I think it's not. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, please.
Madam Speaker, I will entirely not agree with the Honorable Member who has just left the microphone.
Why?
Honestly speaking, some of these Honorable Members are students who are not engaged in productive agriculture, and at times actually they don't have statistics. I'm a member of this district council, and I want to inform you that at a larger extent, the agricultural opportunities have been fully utilized by some members who want to work. And those who don't want to work will never even utilize any opportunity that may arise. The Honorable Chairperson and the Vice Chairperson talked about very many enterprises that are in this district. I would even want to add on my voice to them and tell them that we actually have even up here. We have in Ihunga, where my honorable colleague comes from, here in Chibasi, we have about 50 farmers who are producing honey of the highest grade. We have fish farming in Ntungamo district, whereby a number of farmers here have taken up that enterprise. The youth livelihood, I'm a member, actually I'm a beneficiary of that one. I've got about 41 pigs right now, 41. In the next 6 months, I will be towards 100. So I think all we are saying is, have we fully utilized it? To some extent, we have. Of course, you can see, if we talked about bananas, we have a problem like banana bacteria wilt, of which we have tried our level best to stop it.
Order, honorable members. Honorable member, please, give the information.
I want to inform the Honorable Speaker that you are just here to support the government opinions. But the government is there for us, and we want it to deliver. I'm bordering with a woman with a banana plantation that is dying off because of banana bacteria what? Wilt. The government has not done anything to the poor woman.
And you too have not helped that poor woman.
Let me tell you, I'm doing my work.
Thank you, honorable members.
I'm saying that the resources here, from the grassroots, you are seated at the district, banana plantations are dying off, the people are dying of poverty, and we are dying of hunger in the villages. The money is not doing much.
Thank you for that information, honorable member, you have heard.
Madam
Down
Speaker.
there in the villages, things are not okay. But let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we shall discuss the challenges that these people are facing. Welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, sitting here in Ntungamo district at the district headquarters.
Thank you very much,
Can
Madam
you respond
Speaker.
to the honorable member who gave you information, please?
Very, very precisely to the point I want to respond to you. And thank you very much for bringing this People's Parliament. My honorable colleague, this is extremely embarrassing. You have a neighbor who has banana bacteria wilt, and you're a very constructive, gentle, honorable man. You can't help this neighbor? Really? And this is Uganda that we are talking about? Can you see, honorable members, are you seeing how our friends are killing Ugandans? Honestly speaking. Madam Speaker, back to the point. Banana bacteria wilt is a controllable disease. Ntungamo district had only 2 sub-counties where banana bacteria wilt had become resistant. That was my own sub-county in Itozo, whereby it has now been eradicated completely, and the neighboring sub-county, which is Ntungamo sub-county, the rest of the sub-counties, whereas it is still there, that is a negligence of some few farmers.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you. I think that is banana wilt is one of the challenges maybe the district is facing. Yes, Honorable Naume, you are the woman member of Ntungamo district. Could you please outline for us some of the challenges that people engaged in agriculture here are facing? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Before I go to the challenges come out of something that has been done. But I want to assure you that Ntungamo people have tried to exploit whatever is available to them as far as agriculture is concerned.
Wonderful. Can you clap for yourself?
Many people are engaged in many different activities or enterprises, as they were mentioned. These people you see around, majority of them, at least at every household, one must have a small banana plantation. I know it is hit by wilt, but those who have been active, they are actually fighting wilt.
So you have exploited the agricultural productive in the district?
Yes, they have. I should say they have done it.
Wonderful. Do you want to give the honorable information? Yes. Please take the microphone.
Madam Speaker, I'm absolutely amazed that the leaders of Ntungamo district are saying the agricultural potential of Ntungamo is fully exploited. When you look out, you see around three banana trees. You see a lot of vast land unutilized. Go deep into the villages and ask for a single person who has produced more than 10 sacks of grain. This is a grain season. If you get one, tell me. Go into the villages. Get some farmer who is not a known rich man, who's producing more than 20 bunches of bananas every week.
So what is the problem, Honorable Member?
The big problem and the big challenge is we are seeing a few representatives of people performing in agriculture and thinking that these members of the society represent Ntungamo district. Ntungamo district as a whole has more than 85% of people participating in farming. 85% of the people in farming. And we have among those 85%, more than 90% of people participating in farming are subsistence farmers, producing absolutely nothing for the stomach and for the toilet.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Is that information correct, Honorable Member? Honorable Naume.
Partly yes and partly no. To me, people have tried, but they still have challenges. Maybe you should have mentioned challenges, but people have tried. As I was trying to tell you that every household, at least there is a banana plantation. Majority of them, at least they will be having either cow or a goat. And they will have another small garden of beans or maize or whatever. What he's talking about is maybe to change the style of how we do the cultivation and how we do our agriculture, which actually will need many other things incorporated.
So, Honorable, since you say partly he's correct, what do you think has hindered the people to fully exploit the expanses of the land that we are seeing around Ntungamo?
Yeah, some people, like that expanse of land, one would need, you cannot till land using this hoe only. They would need, if you are to practice commercial agriculture, you need to have the machinery to use. For the Matoke, we had an organization called CARE, and I think they did a great work in the whole of this district. So that's why you hear that the Matoke production has also gone up. Despite the wilt. You know wilt, we also have wilt. But wilt is actually like AIDS. For AIDS, if you just sit back, you die. But if you put in an effort and you take these ARVs, you live on. Many people are infected, but they move. So even wilt is like that. Those farmers who sleep, wilt attack them. Those who work hard, they cut. Wilt is, you just have to keep on looking at the one which has been infected. You cut it, you burn it. They know the style of how to do it.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for that information. This is NTV People's Parliament, a platform that gives you opportunity to speak out. So you either speak or forever you keep your peace. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. If we are making sure that we are using agriculture productively, then we shall go in for irrigation. That is when we shall say we are moving ahead, so that all the season we have all the crops. Secondly is, as one pointed out, if you are depending on what the soil that God gave us, and it is being exhausted on a daily basis, what are we doing to make sure that we keep on re-energizing the soils to produce more? Which we think we are not doing. If we are doing it, then it is on a small what? It's on a small scale. So to me, that is something that we need to increase on. Then thirdly is this, I think a lot of awareness, because I have realized people are still thinking in the other old model where now the veterinary officers and agriculture officers will move from house to house. But this time it is demand driven. So our people are aware that if you want the services, then you call a veterinary officer, then he will come to you. Then the other way around, when he would come looking for you.
Yes, my counterpart, the Speaker of the district.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Maybe somehow, somewhere I want to disagree with the Honorable Member. If you talk of irrigation, if you talk of adding manure to the soils, that is adding to the original potential of the district. But how far have we used the potential we have? The fertile soils we are talking of.
The expanse of land here.
I think to a larger extent. That's why even we've reached an extent of where we are demanding additionals to the potential. It means that somehow, somewhere we have even overused the potential, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, I want to inform you that in this region and all the other districts you've gone to, I think Ntungamo district is one of the leading districts that have used that potential in agriculture. Two, Honorable Member was saying that you look around and see the bare land. Madam Speaker, land belongs to the people. It's up to you on how you want to use your land. But what does the government do is to put in place an enabling environment. To say, there is an opportunity for doing this, here is the market, it's up to you how to use your land. Some people are slow runners, they want to come after others. And another thing, the major challenge, I think what they have talked about, not even talked about, partly they have, it's the market. That's the bigger challenge. The internal market of Ntungamo district itself is not enough to absorb the agricultural products from Ntungamo.
So you are growing actually enough that cannot be observed within the...
So we end up depending on people from Kampala, as you are saying. They come from Kampala to Ntungamo, they buy a bunch of matoke at 5,000, take it to Kampala, sell it at 40,000. I think that is one of the big challenges. If we can have bigger markets, I can assure you, we even need more potential for Ntungamo district. And for banana bacteria wilt, I think my chairman and his executive, Ntungamo has had the most campaign against BBW. If someone says that really the district is reluctant, really you need to check your efforts as a person. Not this time the district or the government. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker and Honorable Members. Mine, I would like to, as a challenge I'm seeing, when we talk about productivity, as the previous Honorable Speaker said, what do we mean? We produce, and these are products, agricultural products. But as Ntungamo, how would we benefit from the products we have made?
Yes.
When I produce milk, and we are doing, and we take raw milk to Kampala, are we benefiting as Ntungamo? So if we are processing the milk locally, and we pack the milk, and they take it from here packed, I think we would have produced and exploited as an end product, isn't it? If we have coffee, we process it locally here, and we pack it instead of taking it over to Kenya and we get Nescafe at a higher price, I think would have gone a step ahead. So as previous honorable members have said it, really we have gone very far in producing, but we need to go a bit far to make sure that we end the products here fully so that we can benefit from there. I beg to sit. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go for a short break, and when we come back, we are going to discuss on how government has supported these people, or how can government support them to improve in this sector. Welcome back. You are still watching NTV People's Parliament, of course, still sitting here in Ntungamo district, discussing the agriculture sector in Ntungamo. Yes, honorable member, do you think government has supported you in this sector?
I'm called Priska Tumseme, the Speaker of Rubare Town Council and the Vice Chairperson of Urban Council Speakers Association, Western Region.
You are welcome to NTV People's Parliament, my counterpart.
Yes, government has done more in Ntungamo district because there is NADS program where all women benefited from maybe getting seeds, tools like hoes, wheelbarrows, rakes, and whatever. So government has done much in Ntungamo district by supporting women, and you know, as women, we are the one who implement the agriculture. So I think, to me, government has done more in Ntungamo district.
Thank you, Honorable. Yes, Honorable Kabasharira. Has government given you a strong hand?
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I think it was the budget of 2012-2013, Ntungamo district through NADS, we received about 1.8 billion. 1.8 billion was going to the people, and the women inclusive. They were given seeds to plant, they were given coffee, they were given everything. But the women still have a challenge. You know, here in Ntungamo, land is owned by men. Some of them have gone to circles. They form circles themselves. Actually, I'm also even trying to help them in groups. They have their groups where they help each other in agriculture. So if the government could also facilitate them by giving them some financial support, it will help them to employ some people, to help them to cultivate, to look after some animals. Some of them also have animals, but as I told you, that land is owned by men. Okay. So even when a woman is having his cows, they are somehow owned by a man, and at times the capacity to sell that cow and also do some other multiplication in any other way becomes a bit difficult.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. How do you think government can help you who think you have not fully exploited this field? Yes, Honorable Member, can I have you?
The major challenge is on the way how we cultivate and have things. For example, a family produces nuts, beans, matoke, has cows, but nothing it sells to the market. So we should be encouraged to increase and specialize and have income generating agriculture. For example, if a family is advantaged in having land to grow nuts, let that family be encouraged to specialize in growing nuts and sells nuts, but not to consume at household level and have subsistence farming. That is what is lacking in Ntungamo district. The people in Rwentobo where I live, a woman harvests everything, including, I don't mention, but nothing she takes to the market. It is for God and my stomach. Lack of advice. So advisory board, I'm there to advise because there are people who are facing the same problems as I face in Rwentobo. I go to the church and sensitize because I'm a member of the church. But you people who are in the district and you have all the money to do that, do it.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you for your contribution.
I think the government, assisted by the district council, should make bylaws so that we can make agricultural committees at village level, so that those village committees can call these extension workers and sensitize people. Because some people cultivate bananas on small scale. When you want to cultivate it on large scale, you don't have any adequate knowledge. Another, the government to help us to own land as women.
Who wants to give information? Take up the other microphone, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We've been having the farmers for at every village in NAD's program. So maybe if you say it has not worked, but these committees have been there. Maybe if you say they can maybe given what to do, but these committees have been there, and I think their major role was to advise farmers in agriculture. So they have been there.
Thank you for your information, Mr. Speaker. For this information, I wanted those committees to be sensitized and know their role.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you for your contribution. Yes, Honorable Member holding the podium. How can we be helped to fully exploit this?
Thank you very much. To me, honestly speaking, government of Kampala, I mean central government, at least should fund agriculture fully. What do I mean? I mean, when you come here at the district, the funds to sensitize people, they are very, very, very low. And so that one cannot allow the district to sensitize people fully. That is really a big challenge. So the government at least should fund the agriculture sector so that people can get that kind of sensitization. That is, to me, that is a point. And again, here, since Ntungamo is at least a cattle corridor, we should have at least dairy cooperatives should be at least be more than what we have. Because if we at least we increase dairy production in our district, then it will allow our farmers at least to sell a lot of milk even outside our district, because we are bordering with Rwanda here, Tanzania there. So at least, and again, government has brought some machines like hatchery machines. It is in one of the sub-counties in Ntungamo called Itojo, and that machine is not working.
Before we go to the government, of course, government, which is me and you, what is the farmer's attitude? Can we change our attitude towards farming? Me and my wife producing 10 kids on a fragmented piece of land. Where will I get the bananas I need, the matoke, I mean everything. 2, some of these farmers have negative perception towards agriculture. And it is very, very
Is that true, honorable members? All right.
It's very embarrassing. We have had NADs to a large extent. Some people have said it has not worked. But it had all committees that were needed to the village level. But these are farmers you would call for meetings and they don't come. These are farmers you call for meetings, they expect you are going to give them allowances and sodas.
Who wants to give information?
Information taken.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to inform the current speaker that much as you complain
Go back on your microphone.
that people do not turn up for meetings, the reason is they have lost faith in you. What alternatives do you have to provide? When you come, it's the same story. What you told them last year is what you are saying today, and they are just tired of wasting time. Thank you.
Can you respond to that, Honorable
Madam
Member?
Speaker, that's the attitude of our farmers. They have lost faith in me, who is more richer than him, and I'm trying to tell him, can you be like me? He doesn't want because he's expecting some money from me.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, the chairman of the district. There is this tax that has been imposed on farm inputs.
I would pray that the government puts off this tax. 2, As far as the agricultural sector in this very place is concerned, I would appeal to the government to quickly recruit extension staff, agricultural extension staff. Because when NADS was reviewed and the NADS specialists were put off, we have not had agricultural staff who would be assisting us in the dissemination of information on the agricultural practices. 3, here in Ntungamo, I would appeal to for more investors. More investors to boost the value addition approach, particularly in our milk sector, so that we would have the milk process.
Can't you be able to do it yourselves?
Oh yes.
Or can't you do it yourself?
Yeah, while we can do it ourselves, you see, government is not very good at doing business, but it can do business through other people. Investors and boosting the people in the district with agricultural loans is another boost. So I would very much pray that we get more agricultural funds. Of course, we are getting some through the Centenary and other areas, but they are not very quickly released. We are happy that government has given us a project called KAIP, and it is now going to build Chabrara market. It is also going to build Nyachera market. But other areas, sub-counties, would also want markets of their food products. And also, I would concur with members who are talking of improved technology in terms of agricultural tractors and other assistance. We are very sure that while we have not fully utilized the agricultural potential, but to an extent where we have reached, if we consolidate and improve this one, then the general incomes will improve and we can benefit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you, Honorable Member. Please, go ahead and...
Thank you, Madam Speaker. When farming is done in cooperatives, we'll have high production, and therefore we'll be able to attract the market, and we'll have the bargaining power for the price that we want. I'd also suggest that the government should ensure that we have the farming circles in place. If we are to have farming as we are to do farming in cooperatives, then it will mean that we will need a bigger land, which land we might not have as members, and therefore we'll need to go out and hire. And therefore, if we have a favorable circle, we'll be able to enter in, have a loan, hire some land, that will the money that will be favoring us, that will have a grace period, and we can be able to pay after we have harvested.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Member. Please, you have the chance to speak.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. These people at the district level, they need to be accountable and they need to be transparent. Another thing, these people, for us as people of Ntungamo, we need to change, the attitude change must be changed towards agriculture.
Okay. Yes, Honorable Member. What do you think should be done?
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Davidson Yabahika. I'm a member of Parliament of Chempene, Rugarama, Ntungamo. And what has been done in order to ensure Youth Livelihood Fund, they brought two people to represent Rugarama sub-county here to be sensitized, to be empowered. And after being empowered, they expected them to go back in their sub-counties and sensitize the youth on how they should apply for the Youth Livelihood. However, what happened was not the case. People do not know what Youth Livelihood Fund is. They are not sensitized. How do you expect people to be empowered?
Thank you, Honorable Member. As we wind up, how do you think we can go commercial in this district to ensure that we exploit this sector fully?
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. before that, I have a burning issue, what the government can do. As I speak now, this is matoke season, banana season. The bunch of matoke in Ntungamo from a farmer is 2,000. 2,000 from the village. And if we are to help these farmers to come out of this problem, I think the government should strengthen the East African Common Market so that when there is excess here, can be exported to Sudan, to Rwanda. Otherwise, it discourages the farmers to work on the banana plantation and sell it at 2,000, a bunch of matoke.
The people of Ntungamo have spoken. They are engaged in subsistence farming, but they're still growing a lot of crops here. What do they need? They want access to markets. They want incomes from government in the form of circles to help them improve in agriculture. They are also requesting government to waive taxes on farm inputs. They are in need of cooperatives. They need international markets. They need processing industries. How can government help them? You are watching NTV People's Parliament, and because of time constraints, we cannot go beyond this. I am still Agnes Nandutu, and I adjourn this house until next time.